Anand. Mulk Raj Anand, who belongs to Indian writing, Indian literature. This is the part of our syllabus, and because he is most prominent author in Indian literature, that's what we are studying. And many times, many question comes from this particular topic, Mulk Raj Anand, and he was born in 1905 to and he got died 2004. So Mulk Raj Anand, among three prominent author, Mulk Raj Anand, R.K. Narayan, and Raja Rao. These are called Trinity of Indian writing. Trinity means in Hindi it is called uh, Tridev, something like that. So Trinity. Trinity. So first is Mulk Raj Anand, and the second is R.K. Narayan, and the third is Raja Rao. These three are Trinity because they were contemporary to one another. That's why they are called Trinity. And so these three novels are quite famous in India, and it is also studies. These novels are also studies in our uh, studies in our syllabus. It is also mentioned in our syllabus. So first, he was the editor of Marg. Marg means the pathway. Pathway. This was the Indian magazine. He was editor of this magazine, and he was known as Charles Dickens of India. Charles Dickens means Charles Dickens novels and Mulk Raj Anand novels depict the same thing: means downtrodden man, lower class man, their plight, their exploitation, and how they face difficulties in society. So that's why he was known as Charles Dickens of India, and he was befriended with E.M. Forster, Edward Morgan Foster. He was English writer, and we have studied his novel Passage to India. Passage to India, E.M. Foster's novel, quite famous. So he was befriended with E.M. Forster, very important thing. You need to note it down. And the third is recognized for depiction lives of poor, because he depicted the life of poor, lower class, downtrodden, and the lowermost class. So that's why he was recognized for depicting lives of poor. And he followed Marxism. He was influenced by Marxism, Marxist theory. And the second thing is that he was very, very influenced by Gandhian philosophy, untouchability, that in Hindi we call Chhuachut, something like that. So, and the second thing is that social realism. He portrays whatever he found in his society, in his time. He portrays those things as it is in his novels. So he follows social realism. He was the first Indian writer who gave the voice to oppressed and downtrodden in English literature, because we found downtrodden people, poor class people, lower class people in his novel, and the plight of these people and exploitations of these people in his novel. So he mostly focused on these people in his novels. So these peoples are oppressed, downtrodden, we call it. So let's jump into his awards. So he was awarded. There are many awards for these are the main award that was given to him. International Peace Prize 1952, Padma Bhushan 1967, and Sahitya Academy Fellowship 1968, and Kalidas Samman 1988. So you need to note it down. So his novels are famous. So first novel is Untouchable, that was published in 1935. Untouchable means Chhuachut. So there was a protagonist, Bakha. Bakha was the son of Lakha. Lakha was the father of Bakha. Sohini was daughter, and Rakha. Rakha was the elder brother of Bakha. So untouchability in this Untouchable, we found downtrodden man, that is Bakha, Sohini, and Rakha. That Lakha is a lazy man. His father, Bakha's father, was lazy man, and he was abusive man. So in this particular novel, we found the untouchability. Okay, what happened here with the Bakha and Sohini? That Bakha was the 18 years old boy, and he was sweeper boy. He was sweeper boy. He used to go to home to the upper class, and he used to clean the toilet of upper class people. And what happened one day, he came to his home, and there were his family member Lakha, Sohini and Rakha, and he asked Sohini to get a glass of water. And when Sohini said that there is no water in the home, so Sohini went to uh, well 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 kuan there, so that she could fetch the water from there. And when she went there, then there was a line, there was a queue of people, women, mostly women and girls, they were in a line. So they were getting water from there, and there was a Pandit Kalinath. Pandit Kalinath was serving the water because he belonged to Brahmin family. So that's why he did not want that well get polluted by these lower class people. That's why he was serving the water, right? So this is the main theme, untouchability in his novel Untouchable. So and the Pandit, when the turn came to Sohini, then the Pandit asked Sohini that if you wanted to if you want to give, if you want to take the water from this well, then you need to come to me, or in temple in the evening time. Then he asked, and the Sohini went there. Then the Pandit Kalinath started molesting that girl Sohini, and that after that Sony started raising alarm that save me, save me, save me. Then on the same time, simultaneously, that Pandit Kalinath started saying that polluted means that guy was that Pandit Kalinath was polluted by that Sohini means that a girl belonged to lower class. That's why he said that he started raising alarm, polluted. So this is the theme. You found that untouchability in his novel that was published 1935. The main protagonist was Baka, Lakha, Sohini, and Rakha. And the second novel is Kuli, that was published in 1936. The main protagonist was Mono. Mono was a 14-year-old orphan boy, and he did not have any home, so he was living with his uncle and aunt. Uncle's name is Seth Prabhadayal, and there was a lady, Mrs. May Manwaring. What happened to Mono? This is the picaresque novel. Picaresque novel means the protagonist who belongs to lower class, lowermost class, and he wanders here and there. He doesn't stay in a one place for a long time, and he wanders here and there, and he does adventurous things in his life, right? So that's why it is called a picaresque novel. So Mono goes here and there, and he does adventures in his life. So what happened one day, there's Mrs. May Manwaring, that was a lady in his novel Kuli. So that lady was driving the car, and Mono came in front of that car, and the accident happened. So this lady, Mrs. May Waring, so she started giving sympathy to Mono, and she gave work, that was the rickshaw puller. I think rickshaw puller work to this protagonist Mono. And this thing, Kuli, this shows the lower class people, Kuli, right? So this is the novel. So many things we need to study is, so I am leaving up to you that you had to study deep, Kuli, Untouchable, and the third novel is Two Leaves and a Bird, that was published in 1937. So here main protagonist is Gangu. So the themes was social injustice, as I have already told you, and the second thing is the exploitation of the lower class, by the upper class people. And the third thing is human condition, the plight of the lower class people, the human condition, what was the condition that time, the people, those who were living in that time. So these are the things, and these are the themes you mostly found in his novels. The next novel is Lament on the Death of Master of Art, that was published in 1938. The Village, 1939. Across the Black Waters, 1939, and the Sword and the Sickle, that was the novella. Novella is the short form of the novel, that was published in 1942. So these three are the trilogy of Molkaraj Anand. You need to understand this, you need to note it down, because many questions come from this, that which novel were which novel was not the part of the trilogy of Mulk Raj Anand? So this kind of question may come in future, so you need to note it down. The next novel is Seven Summers, that was published 1951, and the next is The Morning Face, that was published 1968. And for this novel, the Mulk Raj Anand was given Sahitya Academy Award in 1971. This is the important thing. So Death of a Hero, next novel is Death of a Hero, 1964. So there are short story collections. The first is The Lost Child, and the other story is 1934. And the second is The Barbers Trade Union and Other Stories, 1944. That was published in 1944. Between Tears and Laughter, 1973. So let's see some question that was asked in NET exam in English literature. First question is, which of the following are the leading characters in the novels written by Mulk Raj Anand? So as we have already studied Munu, first that is Munu. This character from Kuli, and Baka, this is from The Untouchable, that was published 1935. And Sampath, I think it is the Mr. Sampath. It was written by R.K. Narayan. And Gangu, we studied Two Leaves in a Bird. This was the novel, and this was the protagonist of that novel. So these three we have already studied. So the option would be A, B, and D. The correct option will be A, B, D, of course. The second question is, from among the following, identify the two Indian English authors who received appreciation and encouragement from their British counterparts. So because we did not study R.K. Narayan or Graham Greene, so I just want to let you know that R.K. Narayan, when he started writing, then his novel was not getting published by the publishers, right? So he made Graham Greene, and they became a friend. And the Graham Greene started reading his novels, his stories. Then he started publishing. He started helping to R.K. Narayan to get published his novels. So R.K. Narayan's friend was Graham Greene, who was British. And the second thing is Neeraj C. Chaudhary, and I don't know about this. And we have studied, okay, Mulk Raj Anand and E.M. Forster. We have recently studied E.M. Forster and Mulk Raj Anand. The full name of E.M. Forster is Edward Morgan Foster, and Mulk Raj Anand befriended with E.M. Forster. So the correct option would be first and third. So here, first and third. The correct option will be first and third. These are the things you need to solve the PYQs, so that you can get the exact concept, exact analysis, that how the questions comes and what is their level. So these are the things you need to study. Thank you for watching this video. And if you are preparing for any competitive examination or NET or SET, then do come our coaching center, Key to Success Academy. We are providing excellent result since 2012. So if you want to get involved in these our courses, in our classes, then do come here and avail our courses. Thank you for watching this video.